This is going to be a card pull for you for the month of June 2026, specifically for twin flames. And if you're finding yourself on that kind of a journey, exploring it, deep into it, in harmony with your beautiful twin flame, then let's get into it, whatever the case may be. So I'm Alden, I'm the twin flame psychic, and you can check out my services, the link below. I'm going to start with the Crystal Mandala Oracle. I feel very drawn to it for you, and so let's see what's gonna go on. I'm gonna do it by sign. You can pay attention to your rising sign, your sun sign, your moon sign, planets, but this is mainly for the energy of your sun sign, because I so often do rising signs since that's how I would look at the astrology, but it's kind of fun to tap into it with cards and then set the intention for your sun sign for the month of June. So the first card is, we're just going to go around the zodiac wheel. So the first card is Aries. So for Aries, we have read the energy. Ascended Master Merlin and Mystic Merlinite. So yeah, that's really cool. And that really is like the magician card, you know, in the tarot deck as well. And it's really indicating that like, you know, root chakra, basic, like we are going to survive and thrive and conquer. Aries energy, if you will, is like some magic that you can really provide to others at this time if you're an Aries, and also for yourself too. I'm tapping into a nice high vibe for that. I think that's very cool and great for manifesting, but it might be more manifesting the vibe of what you want. That can equal literally manifesting in the material, but you may have been doing pretty well with that lately and realizing that there's something deeper that you're resolving now, and then that's actually going to, of course, add to your foundation and help you to really feel more grounded and confident there. So that's going to be really nice for the month of June. Then we have Taurus, the Goddess Maya and Ruby Aura Quartz Searing Presence. It's an intense card. It's just time for the Tauruses to be more intense. A lot of times Taurus can be like a bit of a, well, I don't know, I don't want to like to say negative things about the signs, but whatever. They can be kind of a pushover in my experience because they're trying to get like the thing, you know. I mean, it's Taurus is Venusian ruled and really into the value of the material. Most of the time when I work with Tauruses or a lot of Taurus placements, they are doing pretty well financially in one way or another. That's not always the case, of course. You can have blocks, but for instance, which is great, you know, but you don't want to do that at the expense of comforts. Now is good, but not if there's a deeper thing that you're actually draining your inner well of that you may or may not be aware. And how do you overcome that this month in June? I think it is by this, not just presence, but searing presence. So, you know, don't be afraid to be a bitch. I don't know. And to just be more passionate too. Do what you're actually passionate about, not what's like, you know, even if it's producing results or not. Tap into something that you might have been putting off that you're really like, oh yeah, this kind of energy. So now we're going to move on to Gemini. For Gemini, we have Divine Rebel, Ascended Master, Kuan Yin, and Pearl. That makes me want some tea Kuan Yin right there. Yeah, I haven't had that in a long time. Anyways, Divine Rebel. I mean, this is just so perfect for Uranus in Gemini right now and that whole transit. And it's going to perfectly square the nodes, I think, on June 12th. So that's going to help bring up, not only for Geminis, but I know for me, I'm paying a lot of attention to it as a Gemini rising. And sometimes things affect your sun sign more, sometimes things affect your rising sign or where your Venus is or what have you. But either way, I think that there's some of this energy that you're tapping into that just remember, you don't need to take it to any extreme. You're already, like, the curiosity of the Gemini is already in and of itself a little bit rebellious without even trying, because you're just naturally curious, and so you're naturally bound to cross or go, at least go to the edge, be on your growth edge. So that's great. And you don't need to actively, you know, I don't know, like do things out of upset or whatever, but just you being you, you might find yourself kind of in a little bit of a confidence building phase where you, in a sort of rebellious way, in a divinely rebellious way, maybe drink some 𝑇 if you want to enhance that. It's not medical advice, but I don't think 𝑇 has too many contraindications. Green tea. Goddess Durga and Hematite, Spirit of the Guru Mother. This is going to be for Cancers. And this is cool. This is a nice building sign, and it makes sense with Jupiter finishing up transiting through Cancer through the end of this month, basically. And so it's delivering its rewards, and also any kind of lesson that you are revealing of the truth, and rewards in that, and more responsibility as well. That Spirit of the Guru Mother, and that's very Cancerian anyway, like referring to mothering vibes. So it's again not being afraid to be that strong version of yourself, and maybe spearhead something that feels really in alignment for you. Tapping into that energy of deeper resources that you're being kind of gifted to in a way. So then we have Leo, she shall always prevail, Goddess Isis and Isis Crystal. So this is your time to shine. You're building up, especially to the end of June when, speaking of Jupiter, it moves into Leo. And so this is really going to be a time for you to enjoy that transit, enjoy the beginning of it. And the beginning of that transit may shift your energy in a really positive way. So pay attention to that. That's around the 30th of June. So that's not till the end of the month, but something that you're waiting for to shift. And you should not wait for planets to shift energy for something to happen, but that there is energy that you can tap into here, and knowing that yes, you will prevail, and to keep going is important as well, and working with the energy that is coming through. Then we have Virgo, and we have Angel Raziel and Petersite, Storm Wisdom. And there's some deep wisdom that you're tapping into, maybe getting a little more messy than usual, you know, stormy vibes. And that could be really good for you for getting a little gritty, but not in the usual way, in a place where you normally would not let that happen. And or that could be in your literal environment, or a bit of both. I mean, not like you should not clean or something weird like that. It's just a sense of sometimes you need to, for instance, take things down if you wanted to reorganize them, and they're gonna look messy whether you do it yourself or hire someone else to do it for a certain period of time. So there's this kind of storm wisdom that you're tapping into by allowing this storm to occur. And well, the storm also brings the good things, like the nourishment of the rain and that kind of release. And then there's that deeper wisdom that comes from that. So that's very cool for the month of June. It's interesting. So that will do it for these cards for your month of June. That was so much fun. Thanks for joining, and I will see you in the next one.